Hello, my name is Mario Juarez, and today I'm going to be talking about short-term goal funding. And one of your goals that you mentioned is to be able to drive a brand new car every 5 years. Now, when we talk about this, there are three options I'm going to present to you, and I'm going to give you its pros and cons of each, and I'm going to make my recommendation for you. The first option is buying a car cash. So when you buy a car cash, you are paying upfront the price of the car, um, plus taxes, of course, and you drive off the dealership with your car. The pros to that is that you do not have to have a monthly payment. You will not be having to worry about interest, and it's going to free up a lot of cash every month for you. The one con that I can uh, give you is that you have to have a large sum amount of cash saved up every 5 years. So in order for you to do this, you have to save up whatever uh, price the vehicle that you want to own every 5 years has to be. So you are going to be doing a lot of saving when it comes to buying a car cash. The second option is to lease a vehicle. When you lease a vehicle, you're essentially borrowing it from the dealership. The vehicle is not yours; it's yours to use, but it is essentially not yours. It belongs to the dealership. With the lease comes a monthly payment, but this payment is significantly lower than a finance option is. Another pros to this is that you are always protected by the vehicle's warranty. So if anything goes wrong, which usually doesn't in the first 2 to 3 years of a vehicle's life, you're protected regardless. So you don't have to worry about that. The third option is to finance a vehicle. Now, when you finance a vehicle, you're purchasing the vehicle, so it's essentially going to be yours at one point in the future. Whether it's when you pay off the loan, you will receive the title to the vehicle. Um, you will be able to drive this vehicle as much as you would like. It doesn't matter how many miles you put into it, it's yours. You can do whatever you want to it. When it comes to a lease, you can be restricted on the number of miles a year you can drive. And if you go over that limit, most dealerships will charge you a fee per mile. So when you go to finance a lease, your payment is going to be higher than you were to be leasing a car. So you're going to have to be making monthly payments, and with that comes interest. Now, if you're going to be setting that goal, if you're set in stone in that goal to have a brand new car every 5 years, the financing option would be the best for you. When it comes to leasing, the leasing plans usually come every 2 to 3 years. So unless you're willing to go down 3 years, that's definitely an option. But with financing, you essentially pay less uh, for the car, because with a lease, the payments that you are paying is essentially the depreciation of the car. So you're basically paying the depreciation every month of the car that's in use. And at the end of the lease, if you want to keep the car, you finance the remainder, which again, you're going to be paying more interest on top of that car. Whereas if you're financing a car, let's say 5 years, um, you're paying already a set amount every month. But with leasing, you're paying 3 years worth of interest in the payments, which, I mean, they are lower, but you're still paying interest. And if you were to finance a car, if you wanted to keep the car and not turn it in, you're going to finance another 5 years of the remainder that was depreciated. And with that comes the interest on top of that. So you essentially end up paying more in the long run when you lease a vehicle. In um, in terms of financing a vehicle, you pay uh, less throughout the life of the finance term, and you can customize the vehicle any way you want, drive it as many miles as you would like, and you have essentially eventually have ownership of that vehicle. So for your situation, financing a vehicle makes the best sense. Uh, but if you're willing to shorten that term to 3 years, and you know you won't drive a whole lot, then leasing is your way to go.